Hi, my name is Maria Gameta from Malawi. I'm a young environmental activist. I do advocate for climate change through education, awareness, and action. Growing up as a young person, I've always wanted to become a doctor, and it was also my mother's wish on me for me to become a doctor. So I worked hard towards being a doctor. Not until when I was in secondary school, a certain organization called Nature Kit visited, and then they mentored us on issues regarding the environment. They had different topics which they tackled and then mentored us on, talking of climate change, deforestation, plastic pollution, wildlife conservation. But then with everything, it was a 3-day session, right? So I was more interested with the topic of deforestation because as a young person back then, I never knew deforestation was a problem. To me, I just thought it was something, it was a normal thing everyone else would do when they're stranded. They have no enemies of finding, income, so they had to, cut down trees and then sell charcoal, and then use for firewood and everything else. So I just thought it was just as normal as any job anyone would do, you know. So when I attended this session, I became more interested, and I can say it was a bit personal to me because they went further in explaining the impacts of deforestation, like resulting to climate change, and then the impacts of climate change on our healthy mother nature as well as on our education. So I was like, I think this is a serious issue. So they had they motivated me. I was like, maybe this something as a young person I could venture in, maybe try to bring some change by changing the mindset of my fellow young people, because I was also ignorant of the impacts of deforestation, as I already said. So I was like, maybe I can work hard into making sure people are aware of the dangers we are facing on a daily basis, because each day we are facing the effects of climate change, but we don't know it's actually the effects of climate change. We just think maybe it's something we're supposed to be feeling, or it's something we're supposed to be facing, of which that's actually not the case. We are causing this upon ourselves due to our activities, deforestation, plastic pollution, and they are all resulting to climate change, global warming. So they are coming back to us. So I stepped up by facilitating I was mentoring my fellows as well as conducting awareness campaign to communities, like trying to teach them the impacts of climate change, the dangers of deforestation and everything else. But then back then it couldn't make any sense because I can't tell someone, like as I already said, like some were cutting down trees for livelihood, right? For them to support their families from the money they get after selling their firewood. So if I came to them and then trying to tell them what they're doing is wrong, it wouldn't make sense, because they weren't doing that for fun. They were doing that to to survive. Yeah. So the nature kit organization helped me, like after seeing that I was passionate enough, to I was much more interested into trying and helping these people to find something else to do rather than maybe cutting down trees for firewood or charcoal. They said I should maybe try applying for funds to other organization, charitable organization. Talking of the IRIS project, of which I got fortunate enough, and I was awarded the winner of the IRIS Prize in 2022, in which I established Mood's Cooking Project. The project I'm working on now is a project which is aimed at supporting young women as well as local women with sustainable means of cooking, so that they don't have to face the impacts of the impacts of climate change, because they are the ones most affected by the impacts of climate change. In Malawi, women are walking long distances to find wood for them to cook because wood became scarce. People have cut down all the trees, so for them to cook they have to walk really long distances to find wood so that they can cook for their families, of which is also not healthy, because they are walking long distance on daily basis. Instead of focusing on other things, they are not able to do household chores, taking care of the family and everything.